Hello everyone, this is Dan with Arcade Funcade. Today we wanted to show you guys a machine that came in. This is a Ultracade cocktail table. And what we're doing today is that we're about halfway through this repair job, and it's pretty much an upgrade job. And what we ended up doing is that we're taking apart the control panels and joysticks, and we're upgrading this guy from a 8001 to a 55,001 to create a Megacade. So we're going to be doing that here in a bit, and what we wanted to do is make you guys a video showing some of the destruction, the taking apart of the control panels and all that stuff. But what we ended up doing is that we took all the wiring out. Well, we have new harnesses out, and we have new buttons and collars and all kinds of good stuff. And what ended up happening is that this controller that we had in here got beat up so bad, and I think it had a couple things here and there missing. So we had to upgrade it and do a couple things to it. This machine's about 8 years old, 7 to 8 years old, and we're going to be upgrading all the wiring, and we're going to be making adding a computer system into this guy. So it used to have a game board, which is just a smaller JAMA board, and now it's going to have a full-blown PC in this guy. It's going to be flying. It's going to be awesome. It's going to have HDMI wireless capabilities, and it's just going to be really cool. But what we really wanted to do is showcase what goes inside each one of these machines. You can see here the layout of the 6 buttons. So we have the little buttons, little switches, these 10 little switches that go underneath the IL buttons. And these guys just go inside, and when you press the button, these little legs pop up, and you hit this little mini switch down below. It has this little switch, and you hit it, you hear the click. So that's really cool. That's what makes our action. So with this guy, there's a lot of details to upgrade one of these machines. And what we ended up doing is, rather than try to, we did have to grind off some of the buttons and all that good stuff from the old control panel. This is a brand new control panel. We'll be sanding this down, prepping it for paint, and we'll be adding a couple extra holes. And we're going to have a 2-inch trackball in this guy, 2¼ inch. And we have holes for our joystick, our 6 buttons, our trackball, and player 2, and it's 6 buttons. Then we'll have our a coin, start, exit, enter, and player 1 and player 2 coin ups. So as you can see, some of these control panels are crazy. The angles on these guys, we've actually created our own control panel. No one else has one like this. You can see a little bit of rust on there. We're going to sand that all down. But no one has them like this. They're super heavy duty. They're super resistant. The whole idea is that we wanted to make them to where they were extremely strong. So if somebody slammed a chair into it, I'll give you a little bit of a deal here. So if we have this guy, the control panel hanging over like this, and you swing a chair into it, you have a hard back. It's not going to be chipping it. It's not going to be denting it. It's 18 gauge steel, so it's super heavy duty. It's actually hard to flex, which is really nice. And these are the smaller control panels, and we have a hard time flexing these guys as well. I mean, these guys are really awesome. Same idea. They have a heavy duty steel on them as well. And the reason why we make this angle, a lot of people ask us about that. They're like, you know what? Why is this not flat? We have an angle in it, so when we put them in, we install them. They have an angle, and the reason being is if somebody drops some water on top of the glass and it falls down, it slides off the control panel rather than just staying on the control panel and soaking into the buttons. So that's why we have this little angle. And the buttons themselves are hollow. We actually have these guys, they're actually hollow. So then we have the water just coming through. If water goes into the top of the button, into that little hole there, it'll then drain out the bottom. It's like a little gutter system, and it'll actually go around these the little buttons here. It'll go around them. So if it does hit here, they'll just slide off the buttons. And if they do get soaked up, well, we know what happens. We got to swap out a little switch, but you won't have to switch out the whole button, and that's cool. But yeah. So anyway, we wanted to give you guys a little insight and I guess inside look, behind the scenes look of what we do. We have a lot of really heavy duty tournament edition joysticks that we're going to be putting into this guy. We have some other joysticks here we're going to be using on the 16-1, the head-to-head system, and these are really nice. I like these. You can actually snap these guys into an 8-way or 4-way position, and these won't fall off. I noticed that sometimes we have things like this happen, where the screws fall off. These we pulled off, but that's usually what happens if you don't put some Loctite on them, or a pressurized washer. You have these guys falling off over the years. So what we end up doing is we've changed things up. We've added better coatings and finishes, and we do all kinds of good stuff now. Now here's another thing we're using that we're not usually using in these machines. We use these in our newer machines, in our Ultracades and Megacades. They have the 55,000 ones, and what we use is an Ultimark iPack system. And what this guy has is what this is the four-way. What this does is turn this machine into a 4-player machine. So what we've been doing in the past is making a head-to-head system. So you have a joystick and controller there, and a joystick and controller here, and you're able to play Miss Pac-Man, Galaga, Donkey Kong, all the good other classics head-to-head, which is really cool. You get to play head-to-head, and then with a flip of a button or a change of your input in your monitor, you're then able to play from vertical. You're able to play Mortal Kombat, Super Mario Brothers, Moon Patrol, all the old school classics and the newer stuff, all on this guy here. And what we ended up doing is being that now they want to turn into a 4-player machine, we're going to be putting, the control panel is going to be player 1, player 2, player 3, and then player 4 on this side. So when people are going to play on this guy, we're going to have a wireless HDMI kit that's going to go out to a wall-mounted TV. So then these guys could use a TV that you could utilize this TV to play the game, or you can also get a visual on a back-mounted TV anywhere around the house. So we also have a back mounting bracket that we screw into this guy. We make a big old hole here. We put his giant plate and the inside and out, sandwich the metal together, and we have it's a hollow tube with a TV monitor, and you could hang up to a 55-inch TV in the back. So then you're able to have a dual screen on the same machine, which is really cool. So that's what we're doing now. You could actually do that with a regular 8001 to 4001, but now with this guy, we're going to be doing that with the 55,001, and that way everyone on the table is going to be able to play and see the TV down below and or in the back if they choose to do that. So it's really neat. We also have a HDMI wireless kit. So you can actually have, you can send the audio and signal out to, video signal and audio signal, out to a wall-mounted TV. And it could be whatever size you like, a projector, whatever you'd like to use. So that's really cool. This machine has a 32-inch screen, and some of the larger ones we've been making are 42s, and they actually have 70 inches, which is freaking nuts. I don't even know how we pack those anymore, but we do. So this guy, we have a 4-player system, 55,000 games in one, and they're going to be programmable, so we can actually play everything in one machine, and they don't have to upgrade anything for a long, long time. They'll have all kinds of new stuff. They'll have the, every console from back in the day, from Atari to PlayStation 2, and they'll have all the MAME systems, every game for all the coin-operated arcades. So that's cool. It'll have 55,000 games. It's amazing. So yeah, so back to this guy. We simply plug this guy into our computer, and then we program the iPack. We'll be doing a follow-up on this and how this guy's used and how we connect everything. Again, it's fairly easy. You have switch 1, player 1, switch 1, switch 2, switch 3. We have coin start, we have our ground, and we have our player 2 on this side. We have our player 3 on this side, and our player 4 on this side. So we'll be wiring that guy, wiring player 3 and player 4 separately. So that's going to be really neat. So yeah, we wanted to give you guys a look into what goes into having to upgrade a multicade or a ultracade. At times people bring them in and they have no idea what we're going to do. So I'd like to show them a video like this so they can know what the heck we're going to be doing and what's involved. And we're going to do a second part showing the computer and all the internal parts so you guys can see how it all runs, how it all moves, what the components are about, what's needed to run a system like this. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, let us know. This is Dan with Arcade Funcade. You can reach us at arcadefuncade@gmail.com or give us a call at 402-641-4482. If you guys have any questions, let us know. If there's anything we could help you guys with, or upgrades or parts or whatever, let us know. We can definitely hook you guys up. If you need graphics, side art, wrap, or whatever, we can help you guys with anything. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy, and watch out for that for part 2. Thanks.